News, politics, entertainment, and more. Welcome to The Informant. Independent talk, pursuing truth, informing everyone. Now, here is The Informant, Eric Thompson.
Hey, good morning again. Welcome to The Informant. This is my mini video part 2 today. I'm going to do a couple each day, hopefully right around 5 minutes to cover subjects that I think you need to know about. Again, if you want to hear my radio show, you can go over to mojo50.com. 11 o'clock at night out here in California, 2 o'clock in the morning out there in the East Coast, and in between you got to figure out your time zones. You can also go over to Spreaker, look up Informant or The Informant, and you can hear the podcast playback audio of the shows. President Trump, and I covered this on my show last night, but I'm going to do a quick summation here. President Trump, I believe, came into office as a politician. He came in, not as a politician, came in as a regular citizen, obviously successful in business. And he said, you know what, hey, what do we do here? General Flynn, he's talking to the Russians, and trying to say, I'm going to be in the administration, so I want to kind of connect you and say hi. Well, obviously that ended up being a setup. And then in the behind the scenes, we know about the fake Russian hoax. And so you have all of this turmoil going on, and President Trump, trying to learn how politics works from the inside, was getting frustrated. And then saying, we should fire this person, and this is wrong, and this is a witch hunt. And he surrounded himself with people that he thought he could trust. Well, the Democrats, they've got a hold of the Mueller report, and there's nothing there. The findings from A.G. Barr and Mueller even, and Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein was no Russia collusion. And for the most part, Mueller said, I'm not going to make a decision on it. But A.G. Barr, after talking to Rosenstein, said there's no obstruction of justice either. Well, President Trump's attorney, the White House counsel, when all of this was getting started, was supposed to help somebody that was new to politics, new inside the Beltway, to navigate this never before seen coup attempt, we come to find out, against the President of the United States. So there's an article here. It's from the liberal source, the Washington Compost. So I'm going to identify what is propaganda. But this is what you can expect moving forward with the Russia hoax continuation through the House of Representatives. The article, it's on MSN, says that Trump and allies ramp up attacks as McGhan emerges as chief witness in the Mueller report. Donald F. McGhan II was the White House counsel, and back in November 2017 is when he started meeting with the special counsel. In this article, it's been a year and a half now, that it's talking about how President Trump's other attorney, one of them, Rudy Giuliani, is having to say, hey, McGhan has been inconsistent in his stories. The reason why is McGhan, who now has lawyered up with a William Burke, it basically said, well, President Trump told me to fire Mueller, but I wouldn't do it. And then President Trump asked me to do crazy things, and I wouldn't do it. And this, and this. And the reality is that this Mr. McGhan was quoted, cited 157 times more than any other witness in the 450-page report. So McGhan's attorney, his attorney, said, the report speaks for itself. No amount of obfuscation by Mr. Giuliani is going to fool anyone. Don told the truth to Mueller. So this goes on and on. New York Times article, January 2018. McGhan was supposedly said to that President directed Mr. McGhan to have the Justice Department fire Mr. Mueller. Mr. Trump told a senior aide that he was considering firing Mr. McGhan. And the president also wanted Mr. McGhan to create a paper trail denying that he was told to fire Mueller. So this is all in the reports. So now, here is how I want to break this down, and we will be done here. But I want to show you this report because this is what the left is using. The multiple events, as the report called it, on when President Trump was trying to obstruct justice. First of all, there was no Russia collusion. Everyone agrees with that. So there could not have been any obstruction of justice when there is not a crime below it. Secondly, McGhan was supposed to be the lead counsel for the White House for President Trump, but he ended up saying whatever Mueller wanted him to say it, obviously, in the 40, 50 hours of talking to the investigators. So, what is McGhan up to? He received a subpoena. The Judiciary Committee, the Democrats obviously say, hey, you said a bunch of stuff that we could use against President Trump. Why don't you come in and see us? Subpoena. You know, they're already calling in Mueller. So what you're going to see now is, or we're going to have to see, is McGhan a turncoat? Was he actually stabbing President Trump in the back the entire time and not really telling anybody what was going to be in the report because President Trump didn't know? And as a man who came into the White House who was trying to learn politics, would it be permissible for him to get upset that there's a witch hunt after him when he didn't do anything? He knew he didn't do anything. Since he knew he didn't do anything, he could not be obstructing justice because he wasn't hiding anything because he didn't do anything. Could he say, you know what, hey, McGhan, we need to get rid of Mueller, conflict of interest, friends with Comey? We don't know the context, right? Him against him. So is he just frustrated saying, get rid of Mueller, tell the Justice Department, yeah, this is just, I can't believe this is happening. It's going to ruin my term in office because of this witch hunt. McGhan though goes, well, President Trump told me to fire Comey or fire Mueller, but I didn't do it. What do you mean you didn't do it? This is where I think it breaks down. You're going to tell me that if Donald Trump, who's fired thousands of people, who's now president, tells you to do something, you're not going to do it, and then he's going to be okay with that? No. This is the left is going to try to use, and I don't know anything about McGhan too much. I know he had a good reputation and was supposed to be an established attorney. But the left is going to try to use him and Mueller to try to take these 10 events and try to say that, leaving out the point that there was no collusion, so there could have been no obstruction of justice from an innocent man that was frustrated, President Trump. They'll leave that out, but they're going to try to, well, hey, attorney, White House counsel, McGhan, did President Trump tell you to try to get rid of Mueller? So that, and then you were supposed to go fabricate and make stuff up and lie and lie and lie? Oh, okay. Wait, we call for impeachment. I think this is what you're going to hear. So keep your eyes open. Listen for former White House counsel McGhan and see if I'm right about this. And then keep your eye on the subpoenas for him and Mueller. And we have to hold on a little bit because President Trump's not going to be impeached because of the Senate. But it is going to muddy up the water for the next couple years, I believe, going into 20. And as my video talked about earlier, Facebook and Twitter are going to silence all the conservative speech. But all the speech about how President Trump should be impeached will go out to social media. So we got our hands full for 2020. So I wanted to thank you for watching. If you do want to get a hold of me, my website is the-informant.com. My social media site is magabook.com. And again, hear me on mojo50.com on iHeartRadio, 11 o'clock p.m. in the West Coast, 2 o'clock in the morning, East Coast, Monday through Friday. And you can hear the playback on Spreaker.com. You have a great afternoon, and I will talk to you soon.